I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
Okay, Coach, well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the slam. Go.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Saquon Barkley running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Operating from the gun. Jones got a man, Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
12 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. It's caught by Coleman. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Gator. What's the run? They're running it. Check. Topper.
Now Jones. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
We go! 90 Wolf! Line 54!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
It's a gain of 34.
First down, Giants.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Looking to throw. Jones looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 9 now. And this is caught by Evans. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Looking to throw. He's got Evans. Back in the first quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Hey, exit.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. Safarian Jenkins has it. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones, he's going to rifle. That's caught inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 50. Recon. 152 fighter. Snap.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2.
218, chopper. Kill. Hey, turn it out. Slam. Yes. 45's the mic. We own them. 61, Matchbox lights. Check back 45.
They're going to run it with Barkley. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, All that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
17 yards and a giant first down.
Let's go. 60 yards. Right here, right here.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Touchdown, Giants! Corey Coleman, 51 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point. And our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Jones on 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And some room to roam now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. But now it'll be third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Buying time to his left. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Throwing Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Watch the twist.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Lorenzo Carter. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
It's now 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Ready.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
58, come on.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Check.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. A 1st down carry for Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Check.
Finds his tight end, Ingram. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Look at me, zipper. Check. 45.
Now Jones to throw on third down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Preston Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Ryan Quigley now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Will Parks. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great?
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The Bucs on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now back to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And his pass is intercepted for the nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Barkley. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line.
15, 1, 15 us. You ain't doing nothing today.
On first down, Barkley. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now Saquon Barkley. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And this is caught at the 20. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Giants, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.